oyster farming is a labor of love. Most farmers.
Last year, members of Congress passed the Lord.
Works through the seven chakras. There are not seven powers. It's one power. And these seven chakras demonstrate seven individual abilities. But understand something. So we became educated, trained to serve. So history became a tool to enhance that ordeal, that proposal, that program, that project. In terms of looking back at our contemporary parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, except for that few exceptions that were able to claim their own, start their own business, and get a grip on their lives and take it in the direction in which they wanted. The masses of black Americans were miseducated. A concept coined by Carter Woodson in the 30s, the miseducation of the Negro. A very clear concept. And at the time that he wrote, he was so far ahead of his time that it became relevant about 10 years ago at Spelman College, when what's the sister's name, became president and gave that book to all of the freshman women at Spelman College. And it was a revelation for them. It wasn't old news. See, it was something new to come to this realization that black folks in this country have been deliberately and calculatedly duped about one of the most serious aspects of human life.
You just got something on right now. There ain't nothing going on. What's up? Who that?
Of being miseducated is the same idea of being misdirected. For instance, the stores are up here. I'm walking up the street there, and his brother comes on and says, "Brother, where's the supermarket?" I said, "Down there." And like a brother did me, over on Ashton. Glad I thought of that. I had walked from West End to Ashton trying to find I actually can't even think of the brother's name now that has the old Muslim temple over there on Ashton. His name will pop back in my mind. And I came up to this Muslim brother selling papers. I said, "Brother, where is so-and-so building?" Back up that way. And I was a half a block from this is a black man. That's misdirection and miseducation. Now that's one, multiply that times 20 million, 30 million, 40 million people. If you wonder why our parents didn't get anything done, they weren't doing their revelation, their vision, their insight. They were doing the European American's business, his vision, how to get him rich, how to use the labor. Why I'm making these statements is to give emphasis on the importance of knowing who you are, what you are, and where you are. These are the three missing keys to the center of Afro-American, Negro-American, colored American, African-American culture. This is what's been missing. In all of the books that you have read and are in the bookstores, these three keys do not sit at the center of all of those books. And that includes the concept of Africa, the concept of Ethiopian, the concept of black man, the concept of Afro-American. Those are all concepts of miseducation. As harsh as that may sound, for one reason, they did not define them. I remember I met this brother, and you all know this brother. His name is Professor White. I ran into him on the 5th floor in the the Atlanta Public Library, and he was teaching a couple of brothers up there about the mounds and the pyramids and so forth. And I forget how I got into conversation. It was some misuse of the term Africa or Africa. And I just butted in and said, well, brother, what does the concept African mean? And he paused for this long period of minutes, you know. And my intent was not to deliberately embarrass him, but it was just because he was being so didactic, so insistent that he was right, and only what he said was the truth. And that bothers me from anybody. You know, I'll get up and say something to the preacher, but I think he's doing that. Because I'm Sagittarius. And he paused, and you could, when your eyes dart left, right, left, right, left, right, you're searching in your memory banks for either the answer or some fill-in, and that's what he was doing. And he came up with something so far off the wall that I wouldn't even dignify it. I said, no, that is not what it means. Well, what does it mean, Amy? I said, I'm not going to tell you because you didn't admit that you didn't know. So I left him hanging there, you know. But it dawned on me in the mid-70s that I did not know what the word Africa meant. I mean, it just came to me. You know, I read in '66, I've been reading books on Africa. And it never even came to my mind during that time to ask that this word had a meaning, or to think that it had a meaning. So I went to the dictionary. I went to the word Africa. It's not in there. Until I got to the map. There's this map called Africa. That's the definition it gives. Really interesting. And it was, a yearning thing. And this is one of the interesting things about self-knowledge, the universe, and you, and your will. If you yearn for your truth, you will attract it. You will draw it by book, by person, by lecture, by letter, by dream, by vision, by revelation. You will draw it to you. That's how powerful you are as a being in this universe. Because you are a replica of this universe. The universe owes you your identity. It is a part of your natural inheritance. And it belongs up here. I'm pointing to the prefrontal lobes, not back here, because that's where it is. Where you can't go reach it and get it at any given time, except on those quick flashes where something releases, an idea, a picture, a recall that makes you think, that makes you ask the question, well, who am I? What am I? Jet Magazine published a statement about a brother in '66 when they were doing black art conferences around the country, the first period of that time. This one university professor, a Negro colored fellow, got up and ran out of the conference room screaming, I'm not black, I'm not black. You know, this is a grown man, a teacher, was terrified and horrified by the idea of being called a black man. That's how deflated the ego and the psyche of our people were. That was an extreme, but it certainly was indicative of the real problem and the lack of, the absence of identity. And from 66 to 71, no one dealt clearly with that till Yosef Ben Yochanan published Black Man in the Nile. That's the beginning of the new cultural renaissance. If you want to know who to attribute it to. But he was standing, of course, on many men's shoulders, including his teacher, George M. Jones. But he's standing essentially on J.A. Rogers. Can you hear me? Okay. Standing essentially on the shoulders of J.A. Rogers, who's the author of about 9 different books. And this is the particular one that brings that revelation straight home. And this book has been around since 1954. And it still has not gotten to the classroom of any public high school, college, junior high school, grade school, YMCA school. I got it. You can't see it from back there, but I'm going to let you see. Don't try to read the whole thing. I just want you to see the title. Just read the title and pass it. Pass it back. I want everyone to take a look at that. There's a psychology structure in the human brain that allows behavior to take a leap forward when it's properly oriented. It is neutral in terms of
The koala bear. Hello. Thank you. made in Peacock. Ain't for the love. I'm here for a minute. I always start doing that jump like this. During the week, like when I be going, start going sometime, and just shit, go an hour or so. That motherfucker running. Yeah, like you did a nighttime. Yeah, that's how you eat it up. Eliminate all of that. All right, got 30 minutes.